A prolific reporter, writer, playwright, and activist, Stephen Avery has held many roles over the course of his career, which spans more than 45 years. Driven by a desire to live a life of contribution and significance, Mr. Avery began his professional journey as a freelance reporter for the Sentinel Record and New Era, two publications based out of Hot Springs, Arkansas from 1970 to 1973. He then shifted gears and joined the United States Navy, serving in the Armed Forces branch from 1973 to 1977, during which time he participated in the rescue and first-stage relocation of Vietnamese refugees while aboard the USS Denver in 1975, a highlight of his career. Mr. Avery authored his first plays in 1991, Because and Hungry, three plays, which were followed up with Insidious in 1992 and Burning Bridges in 1999. He has also found much success as a production partner for two documentaries, Ever Again in 2005, an examination of the resurgence of violent anti-Semitism and terrorism across Europe and Western civilization, narrated by Kevin Costner, and Viva la Causa in 2008, which was produced by Southern Poverty Law Center and focuses on one of the seminal events in the March for Human Rights. Throughout his career, Mr. Avery has maintained affiliations with several arts organizations, including the Drama League, the Theater Communications Group, the Authors League of America, the Dramatists Guild Incorporated, and the Americans for the Arts Action Fund. In addition, Mr. Avery has dedicated a majority of his time to civic and community work. Since 2009, he has been the founding sponsor of the National Museum of American Jewish History, and since 2006, he has been the founding sponsor of the Flight 93 National Memorial, for which he won the Congressional Order of Merit. Moreover, he has served as the founding sponsor of the Martin Luther King Jr. National Museum since 2005, a member of the President's Council for the World Jewish Congress since 2005, an active member of the International Rescue Committee since 2004, and a member of Save Ellis Island, the National Trust for Historic Preservation, and Habitat for Humanity International. Mr. Avery previously worked with the Simon Wiesenthal Center, the Southern Poverty Law Center, the American Jewish Committee, the Friends of Sesame Workshop, and the Senatorial Election Platform Committee. Mr. Avery recently became a national patron for the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts in Washington, D.C., and the founding sponsor of the Statue of Liberty Museum on Ellis Island. Mr. Avery remains involved with many organizations, including the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum, the National Campaign for Tolerance, the Veda Shield Community Development Center, the National Republican Congressional Committee, AmeriCares, and the American Indian Education Fund. Moreover, he has contributed to the Museum of the American Indian at the Smithsonian Institute, the National D-Day Museum, now known as the National World War II Museum, and the National Museum for Women in the Arts. He became a member of the Right Stuff Society of the Dramatists Guild Foundation and the American Film Institute in 2019, and has been a charter member of the George W. Bush Presidential Center and the National September 11 Memorial and Museum. In light of his myriad achievements and roles over the course of his career, Mr. Avery was included on the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum's Wall of Honor in 2018, and honored with the World Jewish Congress Medallion of Commitment in 2013, the Gateway Award from Save Ellis Island in 2012, the Leadership Award from the World Jewish Congress Foundation in 2011, and the Noam Goldman Leadership Award from the World Jewish Congress Foundation in 2007. He was also given the Republican Senatorial American Spirit Medal in 2007 and was included on the Republican Presidential Honor Roll by the National Republican Congressional Committee in 2005. He has been featured in numerous Who's Who publications, including Who's Who in America, Who's Who in the West, and Who's Who in the World. Mr. Avery considers becoming an Albert Nelson Marquis Achievement inductee to be a major professional highlight. Upon reflection of his accomplished life and career, Mr. Avery attributes much of his success to his dedication, perseverance, luck, and a patient wife. He has been married to Kathleen Annette Twin since 1979 and enjoys visiting museum and gallery exhibitions in his spare time. Mr. Avery leaves behind a legacy of hard work, accomplishment, contribution, selflessness, and heroism.